Everyone, welcome to the Armstrong School District Board of Directors regular meeting for Monday, March 11th, 2019. Won't you please rise with me for a moment of reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. And now the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Burdell.
Here.
Ms. Bowser. Here. Mr. Johnson.
Here.
Mr. Elkin.
Here.
Ms. Lote. Dr. Lobby.
Here.
Mr. Mulroy.
Here.
Mr. Skate.
Here.
Mr. Smith.
Here.
The Board of School Directors of Armstrong School District convened an executive session on Monday, March 11th at 7:00 p.m. in the Faculty Lounge of West Hills Intermediate School in Katanning for discussion of personnel, confidential student matters, and real estate.
Thank you. Reports from administrators first.
Nothing more to add. Do you have something about the budget?
The only thing with the budget is administratively we're still working on it. We're going to be looking to plan a budget workshop somewhere between our April voting meeting and our May caucus. So it'll be a dedicated meeting just for the initial look at for you guys for the budget.
Thank you. You guys reported out on Lenape last week. Aaron, I don't think there was a report.
No.
Okay.
Budget, your budget.
At this time, we'll take any public comments on agenda items. We do have we had one request for to make comments from the public. At this time, for the person who requested, which was Miss Tara, I'm sorry if I don't pronounce Skugelek. Sorry about that. If you would like to go to the podium, restate your name and your address. And then I'd like to read a statement before you begin, just so that we're clear on policy, okay?
Okay. My name is Tara Skukalek. My address is 1100 7th Avenue, Ford City, 16226.
Thank you very much. So as advised by our solicitor and pursuant to Armstrong School District policy, the Board of School Directors is affording you the opportunity to address the board as to a non-agenda item pursuant to a timely request to speak made on Tuesday, March 5th, 2019. It is the board's understanding that the subject matter of your public comment involves issues related to your minor child. Please be advised that no school board director or administrator will be publicly responding to or otherwise discussing in public the matters you addressed during your comments this evening, so as to preserve all student privacy rights to which you and your minor child may be entitled under the Federal Educational Rights and Privacy Act, the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or any other applicable state or federal law. The board encourages you to continue to work through the superintendent's office to address your concerns. And I also want to say that the board is very sensitive to the issues at hand, and we are very sympathetic towards you as the family. And one last thing.
Yes.
As per policy, again, you're limited to 5 minutes for speaking, okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for giving me time to present my dilemma. My name is Tara. My son Tristan Claypool there. He's in 3rd grade. He attends West Hills Elementary School, and he's in the special needs classes along with mainstream classes. Tristan has spastic quadriplegic cerebral palsy, meaning he uses a wheelchair, has painful, debilitating muscle spasms. He has an implanted pump to give him medication to decrease his spasms. He has a gastrostomy tube for feedings. He can't have anything to eat by mouth. He requires a feeding at lunchtime, in which the school nurse has to give him. He attends occupational, physical, and speech therapies while he's at school. He has braces to be applied and removed during the day. He needs assistance with hygiene throughout the day. Due to his extreme needs, I have contacted a home health agency to ask for a one-on-one assistance of a skilled nurse to accompany him to school and remain with him during school hours and accompany him home. They have assured me this is appropriate for a child in Tristan's condition. The school was asked to compose a letter with specific information to present to the insurance company for a decision to authorize a nurse for Tristan's assistant before, during, and after school. I have met with great resistance from the directors of the special education and the superintendent of the school. When the letter was written, much needed information was left out and gave a very different picture of Tristan's needs. The letter did not state the nurse-to-student ratio, which for Tristan is significantly inadequate. The letter states that the 2 aides per 10 students with special needs would be enough, but aides aren't qualified to care for Tristan's baclofen pump or the gastrostomy tube. If his pump would become dislodged or he would begin to aspirate during his feeding, or any number of other complications which could arise, my son's health could be in grave danger. The letter did not state if the school nurse remains for the entire G2 feeding without responsibility for the other children in the school, which may be distracting. The letter did not say if the aides in the classroom are specially trained and certified to care for pumps and G-tubes, which is unlikely since this is not an aide's realm of practice. Your school is taking a great risk by denying him the assistance and care of a private duty nurse can give. When the insurance received the letter written by Mr. Michael Glue, they denied the request, stating the school letter as the reason, stating the school currently meets his needs. I believe that if the letter were appropriately and honestly written, this would not be the outcome. I've brought a letter from Dr. Ettinger, Tristan's cerebral palsy clinic physician, for your review. During my visit, they expressed surprise at the response from the school that I have received and feeling strongly responded with the letter. I have copies for you if you choose to have one. I also included the letter Mr. Glue wrote for the home health agency for you to see how misleading the letter is. I believe that a conscientious and caring director would support students to receive the proper and needed assistance rather than placing my son in the school at great risk. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Would you mind submitting a copy of your statement to the superintendent?
This here?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And do y'all need copies of
Thank you. Any other public comments on agenda items? Okay, I will look for a motion and a second to approve minutes for the open caucus session for February 7th, as well as the regular meeting for February 11th. Do I have a motion to approve? Mr. Mulroy, Mr. Elkin, any discussion about the minutes from board members? Roll call.
Mr. Elkin.
Yes.
Dr. Lobby.
Yes.
Mr. Mulroy.
Yes.
Mr. Skate.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Burdell.
Yes.
Ms. Bowser.
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey.
Yes.
Number voting yes 8, number voting no 0, 1 absent, motion carries.
3 items under bills, the food service fund for February, the athletic fund for January, and the presentation of bills for payment for February. Do I have a motion and a second to approve? I'll combine a motion and a second to combine and approve all 3 of those bills. Dr. Lobby? Mr. Burdell? Any discussion about any of the bills? Roll call.
Dr. Lobby.
Yes.
Mr. Mulroy.
Yes.
Mr. Skate.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Burdell.
Yes.
Ms. Bowser.
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey.
Yes.
Mr. Elkin.
Yes.
Number voting yes 8, number voting no 0, 1 absent, motion carries.
15 items under personnel, except those indicated for information only. Need a motion and a second to combine and approve Personnel 1 through Personnel 15. Mr. Scaife? Mr. Elkin? Roll call.
Mr. Mulroy?
Yes.
Mr. Scaife?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Mr. Elkin?
Yes.
Dr. Lobby?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 8. Number voting no, 0. 1 absent. Motion carries.
Education, 2 items, as we discussed on Thursday, very routine, except Ed 2, which was presented by the administration. But I'm looking for a motion and a second to combine and approve Ed 1 and Ed 2.
So moved.
Mr. Mulroy, Mr. Elkin. Any comments, questions, or discussion around those 2 items?
Just one. On Ed 2, the cash match. Who are we matching cash with?
GIU. I believe it's GIU's match with us.
It's their program, right? So we give, okay, so they're matching out of their budget.
I believe so.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Mr. Scaife?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Mr. Elkin?
Yes.
Dr. Lobby?
Yes.
Mr. Mulroy?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 8. Number voting no, 0. 1 absent. Motion carries.
4 items under business. We have a budget transfer report. Business 1, Business 2 is the IU's approval of the general operating budget. Business 3 is the approval for internet access. And Business 4, Child and Adult Care Food Program. We heard some information about some of those items on Thursday. So could I have a motion and a second to combine and approve Business 1 through Business 4? Mr. Elkin, second. Dr. Lobby? Any questions or comments about any of those items? Roll call?
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Mr. Elkin?
Yes.
Dr. Lobby?
Yes.
Mr. Mulroy?
Yes.
Mr. Scaife?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 8. Number voting no, 0. 1 absent. Motion carries.
Construction, 1 item, PlanCon Part J, new junior, senior high school. Anything to report on that?
Actually, this is a new item we're asking for approval to put on the agenda tonight. Received this information in the mail from our local auditors. This is PlanCon Part J, which is, PlanCon stands for Planning and Construction Workbook. It's a process you go through to get reimbursement for projects. This is the final portion of that PlanCon process for the Armstrong Junior Senior High School, which would then give us a permanent reimbursement rate.
Okay. So I need a motion to add it to the agenda, is that correct? I need a motion to waive the rules first, or to add that to the agenda?
Waive the rules first.
Okay, I need a motion to waive the rules. Mr. Burdell, Dr. Lobby. Roll call?
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Mr. Elkin?
Yes.
Dr. Lobby?
Yes.
Mr. Mulroy?
Yes.
Mr. Scaife?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 8. Number voting no, 0. 1 absent. Motion to waive the rules carries.
Okay, is it
Now
added?
we're going to vote on C1. no?
Okay, so it's added to the
It's
agenda.
added, yes.
Do I have a motion and a second to approve Plan C1, PlanCon Part J? Mr. Mulroy, I need a second. Ms. Bowser, any discussion about C1? Roll call.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Mr. Elkin?
Yes.
Dr. Lobby?
Yes.
Mr. Mulroy?
Yes.
Mr. Scaife?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 8. Number voting no, 0. 1 absent. Motion carries.
Student Transportation Services, a very routine approval of bus drivers for 2018-19. Do I have a motion and a second for Student Transportation Services? Mr. Scaife, second. Mr. Mulroy, any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Mr. Elkin?
Yes.
Dr. Lobby?
Yes.
Mr. Mulroy?
Yes.
Mr. Scaife?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 8. Number voting no, 0. 1 absent. Motion carries.
3 items under policy. They were all outlined by our solicitor on Thursday. So I'll ask for a motion and a second to combine and approve policy 1 through policy 3. Mr. Elkin, second. Dr. Lobby, any questions, concerns about those 3? Roll call?
Mr. Elkin?
Yes.
Dr. Lobby?
Yes.
Mr. Mulroy?
Yes.
Mr. Scaife?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Chauncey?
Yes.
Number voting yes, 8. Number voting no, 0. 1 absent. Motion carries.
Vote on all 3 of these separate. We have 3 items under general. We probably
Yeah,
should.
yeah.
It's true. Yeah, we'll do all those separate. Actually, we didn't even, yeah. So Gen 1 is the amendment of the 2018-19 school calendars as was presented on Thursday and as we discussed. So I need a motion and a second to approve Gen 1. That would be for this school year, to approve the remaining school year. I have a motion and a second. Mr. Elkin? Second. Ms. Bowser? Any discussion? Roll call.
Dr. Lobby?
Yes.
Mr. Mulroy?
Yes.
Mr. Skafe?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Mr. Elkin?
Yes.
Number voting yes 8, number voting no 0, 1 absent, motion carries.
The second item is Gen 2. It's the adoption of the 2019-2020 school calendar. There were two options presented on Thursday, and we discussed and had questions.
Our recommendation is option 2, which would come back those 2 days after New Year's, Thursday, Friday. We'd be able to enforce snow days.
Both were starting August 27th.
Yeah. They were identical with the exception of those 2 days.
Those 2 days.
Yeah.
Do I have a motion and a second to approve option 2 for the 2019-2020 school calendar? Dr. Lobby, seconded by Mr. Burdell. Anybody have any questions, further questions or concerns?
It'll just be any additional snow days needed the end of the year.
Yeah, it'd be on
Just-
4, yeah.
Yeah, just, okay. Cut and dry.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Mr. Mulroy?
Yes.
Mr. Skafe?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Mr. Elkin?
Yes.
Dr. Lobby?
Yes.
Number voting yes 8, number voting no 0, 1 absent, motion carries.
Okay, and the last item on the agenda is Gen 3, which is the appointment of a board director to fill the vacancy in Region 2. It's a little clunky, I'm not used to doing this. So would I read the resolution and then call for nominations? Or would we open this up for?
Go ahead and read the first paragraph.
Got it. A vacancy currently exists for Region 2 of the Armstrong School District, which is comprised of Applewald Borough, East Franklin Township, Tanning Borough, Rayburn Township, Washington Township, West Franklin Township, and Worthington Borough. So at this time, I'll accept nominations from the floor for one of the two candidates that we interviewed last week. Do I have any nominations? Mr. Mulroy?
I nominate Brady Schaefer.
Any other nominations from the floor? Hearing none, is there a call to close the nominations? To close, Mr. Scaife? Okay. Nominations are,
Second.
I need a second to that.
Second.
Mr. Burdell?
Discussion.
Any discussion regarding that nomination?
I'd just like to say it's great. Two people stepped up for a school board. It's not an easy decision for us up here, but we hope that, there's some openings coming up in the fall, so.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, so we do roll call? Roll call?
Mr. Skafe?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Burdell?
Yes.
Ms. Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey?
Yes.
Mr. Elkin?
No.
Dr. Lobby?
Abstain.
Mr. Mulroy?
Yes.
Number voting yes 6, number voting no 1, 1 abstention, 1 absent. Mr. Schaefer elected by majority.
Therefore, the members of the Board of Directors of the Armstrong School District appoint Mr. Brady Schaefer to serve as Board Director of Region 2, serving until the first Monday of December following the next municipal election. And they would be here, Mr. Schaefer, you'd be here at the meeting next month is when you would officially formally begin. So thank you. Thank you again to both candidates. Really appreciate you taking the time. And as I mentioned before, it's nice to see people step up and want to get involved in the school district. I encourage everybody, and Mr. Luke encouraged you definitely. There's some openings in the fall, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you. Anything under other from board members or administration?
one update, we received notice today, we have 2 playoff games tomorrow and 2 playoff games on Wednesday at Armstrong, the IAA basketball playoffs.
That's boys.
Yeah, I believe so. I'll send out the notice that I got it late in the day. 2 games, doubleheader each day.
Great. Okay, thank you. Anything else from board members? Okay, I need a motion to adjourn. Dr. Lobby, seconded by Mr. Burdell. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.